Hello, friends and colleagues. I am excited to chat with you today about defining your brand. So, this is a video dedicated to helping massage therapists and massage therapy businesses define their brands and understand what that means exactly. We will be doing this through lots of examples today because I think that's really helpful. As much as branding can seem really straightforward, it can also be really difficult to kind of get to the bottom of what you want your brand to look like or feel like, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to show a lot of examples to help you understand that. And I also have a exercise to help you work through it. You can find that if you're on the app in the download section just after this video, or if you're on YouTube, you can find that on my website, massagebusinesshelp.com, in the store. It's the branding and target market exercise for massage therapists, and it helps you work through defining your target audience or your ideal client, as well as your business branding. Very important pieces, keys to success in the foundation of building a strong business. The better you understand branding, your branding in particular, and your target audience, the easier marketing is going to be, and the easier it is going to be to attract the type of clients that you really want to see. So, just a little definition here to kick things off. Branding is a comprehensive and strategic process used by businesses and organizations to create a distinct and memorable identity for themselves, their products, or their services in the minds of their target audience. It encompasses various elements and strategies that work together to shape how a brand is perceived by consumers. And these are the key components and aspects of branding. First one is visual elements. So I know we've all seen these and we know what they are. For instance, your logo, your colors, images, all of that stuff. Your name, your messaging and communication style. So some brands have a really fun, silly voice. Some have a very serious and traditional communication style. And you'll want to think through what your brand communication style is. And then brand positioning. So, do you have a unique offering, something that stands out amongst other massage therapy businesses in your area? Or is it your unique customer service style, something along those lines? And or do you have a unique pricing strategy? For instance, are you going for being affordable, having sliding scale, that kind of thing? Or are you looking to be more high end, where you're offering premium services, a premium atmosphere, premium customer service, whatever the case may be, or somewhere in the middle? And then your brand experience. What's your brand values, your brand promise? How do you want people to perceive you in the marketplace? It is easier to think through these things after you have defined your target audience, in my opinion, though they go hand in hand. For instance, if your target audience or your ideal client is someone who is a single mom, for instance, the way that you define your brand will want to be aligned with that target audience. So you wouldn't want to be, if it's a single mom who's on the lower income range, then you wouldn't want to be branding yourself as like a premium high end service. You would want to be branding yourself as a more affordable service. If your target audience is the top earners in the country, you wouldn't want to brand yourself as an affordable option. That's going to turn them off. So it's something to think about. And if you haven't done the target audience video yet, I would suggest that you either go back to that lesson in the app and do the target audience video first, or if you're on YouTube, then go to the target audience video on YouTube. All right, let's jump in there and look at a few brands so we can see what we're talking about here. All right, so I chose a couple of different options to compare to each other. One is located here in Portland called Working Class Acupuncture. It's an excellent acupuncture studio that offers accessible acupuncture for everyone, as you can see here. They provide low-cost options. It's more of a group acupuncture situation for the most part, and it's really geared towards making acupuncture accessible to everyone on a sliding scale. And then I also chose a high-end spa to look at as well. So the opposite end of the spectrum, offering really premium services, wellness services to higher income earners. So this would be a super high-end spa that may not be accessible to everyone. You can see just really quickly here in looking at the branding of the websites right off the bat, it is quite different. So the messaging here that we're seeing is, right away letting people know that this is acupuncture for everyone. We're not trying to create barriers for anyone to come here. We've been around for a while. We're serving the community, and the pricing is boom, right away. Here we go. You can see what the pricing is because people who are having a lower income and need access to services, they need to know what the pricing is right away so they know if they can afford it. You can see that even the logo is very much like power to the people. We are, we're here for everyone. And in the background, you can kind of get a feel for the fact that you're going to be in a room with other people and not in a private space, and get a feel for like what the place might look like. And I actually have their website pulled up here so you can kind of do a little quick scroll through of what their branding looks like. Colors, messaging across the board is inclusive, everyone belongs here, and very straightforward. Okay, looking at the next one. So we have the Shaw Wellness Clinic. I don't know much about this one. I found it on a search. It is not located in the US, I believe. But as you can see, it's very beautiful. It's very high-end feeling. There's no pricing right away. In fact, I believe you have to look a little, deeply, or maybe even contact them to find pricing, which is typical when you're thinking about premium priced services. It's often that you wouldn't have the prices listed right out on the open, because people who really aren't price averse or price conscious, they assume they can afford it. So that's also something to think about if that's the branding you're going for. It tells you right away what they're about, and they're kind of cutting edge, so that's what they're trying to portray as, luxury, generally luxury, cutting edge, higher end. And their website, if you want to take a quick look at that, very magazine-like, very high end. We have some video there. Luxury, luxury, luxury. No pricing whatsoever. Awards. So you can see the big differences there. If it's something that was appealing to you, you would kind of be able to see yourself there. And whether or not this was a place you belong, that's kind of what the branding is telling you here. Is this place for you, or is it not for you? That's kind of what you want to think about when you're thinking about how your branding and messaging is for your clients. Okay, another example we have here is a furniture space. So you can see their colors here. This kind of breaks down what a branding guide might look like. You have your main colors listed out, their logo, which includes their colors there, some imagery, and some other kind of icon stuff that they might use on their website. And then when we look at their website, we can see all of that branding throughout, regardless of how the the icons change or the images change, they sort of have those same colors pulled through. And this furniture space is all about jungle, bohemian kind of style. And I think they are doing a good job of sticking to that branding. You know, it's relatable, it's happy and positive. You can see that they're saying like we're all about down to earth people, pets, and plants, color, jungle, so on and so forth, adventure. So I do feel like that they do a really good job of keeping that branding throughout their site and appealing to people who kind of have that, you know, adventure, jungle, earthy, bohemian style in mind. Okay. They're also about the community. So you can see that they are giving you that lifestyle portion of their brand. So they're giving back to the community, they're giving back to the planet, and they want you to know that, and you can be part of that by purchasing from them. So easy to see who this site is speaking to, what the people from this site would be into. And I think you would know pretty quickly if you landed on this site whether or not this was a space for you, depending on whether this was the type of things that you liked. You don't have to do any guesswork. And that's kind of what you're thinking about when you think about branding is when someone comes to your space, your marketing materials, your website, you know, your Google listing, whatever the case may be, is it easy for them to tell this is the place for me? This is the right massage therapist for me? Or do they have to do a lot more digging and guesswork around what type of services you're offering, what your pricing is, what kind of space and environment you have, what are your mission and values, you know, that kind of thing. So your branding is inclusive of all of that. And that's kind of the point I'm trying to make here by showing these different websites is they're really doing a good job of showing the space that they're creating for you and helping you understand, is this the space for you right away, no matter where you go to look at their branding. Another good example of this is Patagonia. So I'll show you their little card here so you can kind of see their branding kit. And then if you go to Patagonia's website, it actually changes quite often, but they're very, very consistent in their branding. It's an example that lots of marketers will use for great branding ideas. So Patagonia is outdoor wear, but they're also very much a lifestyle brand. They're all about, you know, the earth, saving the earth, and creating clothing and equipment that helps people enjoy the outdoors for the most part. So you can see they've got a bunch of earthy stuff in the background here. And we get into what their, you know, their products are. And then all about their values here. And then you can read through some of their blogs. And then you see some of the ways that their clothing's out in the world and how they are, you know, really all about community and building communities, different communities within the realm that they play in. And then, you know, more messaging that supports all of their branding overall. So I think if you're an outdoors person, or you care about the planet or both, you know, this is really the brand for you. And I think it's very easy to see that. Another great example of branding is, of course, Airbnb. I think we're all pretty familiar with that one. And Airbnb just gets right to it pretty much, which is, you know, we're all about adventure and finding amazing spaces for you to stay in throughout the world. And anyone who's into taking trips belongs at Airbnb. That's pretty much how I would sum up their branding. Very simple, very straightforward, and really giving you what you need right off the bat. They don't waste any time. So I think they do a great job of just understanding what their audience is looking for and making it very, very easy for you to navigate to what you need. And I think that's pretty awesome. Okay, and then I pulled up a couple other examples that also include target audience. So some examples for healthcare in particular are, I was looking for an example of healthcare providers that really focus on female clients. And I found this FemForward. I wasn't familiar with the site, but FemForward Health. And I thought it was a really good example of a site that focuses on their target audience and also creates good branding throughout. So they're focused on, feminine care. So you can see that right away. They have lots of pictures of who their target audiences are. And then they get right into, this is what we offer, so that you know right away if this is for you or not. And then throughout the whole entire website, you can see that they're just reinforcing that message over and over again. And then another example of a healthcare site that focuses on men's health. I don't think they only offer men's health, but when I searched for men's health, they had a really nice, at least page or set of pages that come up around men's health. And I think they also do a really good job of letting you know, we are specialized in men's health, and these are the types of services that we offer around men's health, so that you can know pretty quickly whether or not this is the fit for you, what you're looking for. You can kind of see that theme throughout generally all of these websites that we're looking at is, does it tell you what you need to know? Does it tell you if it's the right fit for you? Do you know if you belong there? Do you know what this company is about and what makes them different from other companies? That's kind of what you're getting at when you think about branding and tying in target audience to that. That's what you're trying to convey. And I look at the examples rather than just going through a bullet point list of this is what branding is, because I think sometimes branding can get really too narrow around it's just your logo, it's just your colors. It's so much more than that. You're really thinking about that holistic message of who are you as a massage therapist, if you're just a single massage therapist, or if you're a group of wellness healthcare providers, who are you as a group, and what do you have to offer specifically for your target audience, and what kind of vibe can people expect when they come into your space or when they interact with your brand? What's your unique personality as a business or as a practice or as a massage therapist? It's really about trying to find the best way to convey what is uniquely you as a business or as a massage therapist or as a practice or whatever the case may be. And that's much more than just colors and logo. It's really about how you make people feel when they interact with your marketing materials, and helping them understand how you can help them and whether or not you're the right fit for them. Because remember, people have a lot of massage therapists to choose from. And there's nothing wrong with that. And not every massage therapist is going to be the right fit for every client. So you need to help your ideal clients connect with you and understand why you're the right fit for them. Alrighty. So, in conclusion, we'll just go over a quick list of all of those pieces that play into that overall holistic picture. So you'll think about your brand name and your brand identity should be aligned with your target audience. Your brand identity should be aligned with your company core values. So later on in some other videos and lessons, we will cover writing a business plan and thinking through some of these mission values, core values of your company. You'll want to include as many of the five senses as possible when creating your massage business brand identity. So, whatever way you can really get people to connect with your marketing materials and especially of course, when they're in your space, you should really be thinking through every step of the client's journey. Choosing the type of voice and personality your brand will have. So again, you could have, very serious and traditional. You could have very funny and silly. You could have, just very caring and genuine. There are lots and lots of different types of voice and personality that your brand could have. And then being consistent in the way you present your brand on every channel, in every interaction, just helping that guide, having that be a solid guide for how you put your business out into the world is really important, because solid branding builds trust with your clients. They know what to expect. They know who they're dealing with. They know that you're the right fit for them. And part of getting people to trust you is just sort of showing up consistently in the market, even if that means for people who haven't quite interacted with you one-on-one yet, just if they see your ads or your post on social or flyers or door hangers or your website or your signage, seeing that over and over again in a consistent way is subconsciously helping your clients build trust with you. And that's what's ultimately going to make sure that you get the right clients coming through your door. That is the gist of it. I know it's kind of a lot to think about, but I also find it to be really exciting, and I always feel really inspired when I'm looking at other brands. So I would suggest that in addition to doing the branding exercise that is on my website or that's included in the app, is just doing your own search around your area, massage, your city, state, or deep tissue massage or whatever type of massage you want to look at, and diving into what people in your area are doing. Are they making their brand stand out? Are they not? Is there something that you do or don't like about what you're seeing? That kind of thing can really help you decide the direction that you want to go if you're struggling with that. And ultimately, if you're really struggling, you don't know how to do your branding and you need some help, you can always reach out to me at massagebusinesscoach@gmail.com. Or you can you can book a coaching session with me. I do free consultations, so that's another option. And I can help you work through defining your brand. I also offer branding services, and you can find more information about that on my website, massagebusinesshelp.com. And of course, just doing your own kind of surveys when you're out and about, when you're interacting with other brands, just making a mental note of what you like, what you're attracted to, why you are invested in certain brands or repelled by other brands. That's always a helpful way to get ideas and inspiration for your own brand. Okay, I would love to hear what you think. Please feel free to reach out and give me feedback or leave feedback in the comments. And if you loved this video, please like, subscribe, or share if you're on YouTube. And thank you so much.